recent study, done recently in January, shows that women are exhausted from explaining basic emotional needs like empathy with their partners, inverted commas, men. The study claims that in relationships, women do double the work managing their, look at his face, managing their own emotions and helping the man with their emotions.
Your phone's been hacked, blood.
Is this study talking about you, man?
Yeah, your phone's been hacked, bro. Seriously, let's just move on.
No comments.
You know what it is? Women are a lot more emotionally, what's the word I would use?
You're on your own head, bro.
No, I don't say it. No, they're a lot more emotionally intelligent in terms of how they will, in terms of how they would recognize certain things. I say that in the sense of, if I'm acting a certain way or I'm being a certain way, I'm not gonna. I'm very much a surface person. I don't need to know anything further than anything what it is. But women will dig deep into it. Before you know it, you're on what's that program that they used to always be crying, like Maury or something.
Maury.
So you're telling your whole life story. We're not wired that way. I think, and we've said it before.
We think logically. I think we've
think
stated
practically.
that before.
We are practical thinkers and practical doers.
Isn't it just we're just not as nosy?
Oh wow!
Why?
No, the reason why I say
using that as a word though, why would you think that is?
Because as you just said a while ago, I'll talk to buddy, what's happening, how are you doing? Yeah, I'm good. End of, we kind of move on. You go home, you tell the missus, I saw buddy, you know. Yeah, how is he? What's he doing? What was he wearing? I don't know. Where was he going? I don't know. I'm just saying I saw buddy and he said hi.
Yep.
And she's asking me a barrage of questions that maybe I should know, but I don't care for. I saw you, you said hi.
I disagree with that. I think sometimes, and just to help out, because we haven't got a contrast of women also on a thing. I think men,
they will in the comments.
No, but men are probably sometimes more inquisitive and nosy, as you put it, than women. And in some senses, a lot of us, I can sit there and say that we ask a lot of questions about certain things. We'll sit there and we'll gossip about certain things. I can sit there and say, your comment, I'm not with.
I'm not on the us thing when you said most of us. I'm not on that.
No, when I say most, I'm talking about men.
I'm definitely not on the gossip thing.
I'm
the gossip thing.
No, people will say that, but you will have conversations. There are certain things that we will discuss, and we think to ourselves, "Oh, we're not on the gossip thing," but we do it in a different way.
We're on
Yes.
a podcast right now, talking about issues. The last issue that he spoke about with the Beckhams, and I didn't mention anything because I couldn't give one shit about it. It doesn't bother my life. I don't care. Do you know what I mean? That's not something I'm going to find out. Even if I knew it was something we're going to talk about, I still wouldn't have researched it because I don't care. But saying we're going to gossip and dude, like you phoned me up, did you see what Brooklyn Beckham did because of that?
But that might not be your interest though.
I couldn't,
One thing I'd say,
but even with that, if this doesn't change my today or affect my tomorrow, it's gone over my head. There's 101 other things I could think about. You know, I got to go season chicken. Do you know what I mean? That's where my brain. As soon as you start chatting, I'm like, right, let me go season the chicken. Do you know? Have I got garlic powder and onion powder? Do you know what I mean? My brain's already going somewhere else because I ain't got time for it. So when you like we gossip, you must be gossiping with Tongo because these two said no. I'm not gossiping. These three said no, and it's not me.
But I'm saying to you, as people, men in general. Men in general. I mean, I'm not going to sit on the fence. You man love to sit on this fence thing and try to.
But you're gossiping with me.
I'm going to put up this facade. I'm just sit there and say how it is. You're going to like say, man, don't talk.
What's the last gossip? Gossip.
One second. What was MT based off of?
Hold on, first of all,
what is MT based off of?
A safe space
for men to be talking.
Well.
But there we go. Men don't talk.
Hold on.
Tongo.
He wasn't there from the beginning. He wasn't there from the beginning.
Tongo.
First of all, no one said that men don't talk. So coming up with this, men like to gossip or men like to chat, whatever, and as much as women, we don't chat the same as women. It's not the same.
20 seconds
and on top of that, women will talk and find something that don't even relate to what you're talking about and bring it in from nowhere. They bring all these ideas in from nowhere and just keep it going. And they use it to then...
Some women.
This sounds personal, you know.
I'm pushing the mic away.
It's not personal. It's not personal. They like
Look in the camera when you're saying it, so she knows what you're talking about.
There's a
Some of them.
there's quite a few memes or whatever where it's that the idea behind it is that if a man's at home sitting down doing nothing, they'll either find something to ask him or for something for him to do because they can't take him sitting down doing nothing.
Okay, I get you. I've seen the memes. I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
Any other comments? So I'm going to move on.
Yeah, move on before let's get deeper.
Because the gossip,
No,
no,
only
you know what
gossip.
it is? The gossip got brought in by Buddy. What was the actual statement? Because we've sort of lost that part
Well, it
of
didn't
it.
say about gossip. It was
No.
saying about managing
Emotions.
They work harder in the relationship. They do double the work in the relationship, managing their own emotions and then helping the man with his
They
emotions.
definitely
So-
don't manage their own emotions. That's
so-
lies.
Right, you
So-
got enough angry. I'm just,
I'm not
So-
angry, it's true.
Sorry, Tongo.
I said it. That's
Okay.
it.
So for me, I would say that men do manage their emotions, but they manage their emotions differently to women. And we're not likely to talk about our emotions. And we've had podcasts about that before. So where a woman is more likely to expect, because they may talk with their compadres and talk about things openly, we're not open like that. A lot of men don't tend to be open. A lot of black men, let me just say that, do not tend to be open. So that managing emotions, I think it's a bit skewed.
The study
There
says
is, there
it.
is,
But
there
go on.
is, there is
Final.
a couple. Sorry, all right. There's a couple of points I want to make. Me, if the emotion can be buried, I'd bury it because
Really?
100%.
yeah.
If emotion could be buried.
If the emotion can be buried,
in the relationship. Oh, right, fine. Okay.
no, I'm just saying
In
like
general.
if
in
something
general,
comes
we
up
speak about-
and then I have an emotive reaction, and that emotion can be buried, I would bury it.
Sorry, just to clarify
Okay,
that,
go on.
are you talking about a negative emotion? Because a positive emotion, are you going to bury that?
No. Positive
Some
emotion, I'll
negative
share.
emotions.
The negative
That's what I
emotion,
was going
with.
I'll suppress.
Okay.
I'll bury
Yeah.
it because I know if I express or expose that emotion, that could be weaponized against me. Alternatively,
Becomes
it can-
contagious.
Sorry.
It becomes contagious.
Yeah, alternatively, it becomes a bigger issue than it is. Like right now, I might be feeling sad because, you know what I mean? I'm just not having a good day.
Well,
What's
Nigeria
wrong?
didn't win the AFCON.
And you're like, yeah, Nigeria got banged in the...
Wrong.
So,
Pause.
what's wrong? I'm okay. But what's wrong? I'm okay. What's wrong? Nigeria lost. But what's really wrong? Now, I'm trying to think of something
To make wrong.
To make
okay, I
it
get
wrong.
Okay.
so she's satisfied that there's something wrong.
Is it because you didn't become a footballer, and if you did, you could have helped them win the
You could have been there, and now you're
So
not
now
there
that you're not there, you feel guilty.
because you're less of a man than they are. Okay, I'm less of a man. Now there's something wrong. I knew there was something wrong. There weren't something wrong before you started your shit. Do you get what I mean? All of a sudden now, that's the buried emotions now resurfacing. But I mean, essentially, I do understand the statement. I definitely get it. However, very controversial. In other societies, and I want to open the conversation back up. You can shut me down if you want. But
It's just time.
Other societies and cultures, a man explaining his emotions to his wife or partner isn't a thing.
Weakness.
So because you show weakness.
Weak.
So I'm not going to do that. No disrespect. I can't imagine Wiley's grandfather talking to Wiley's grandmother saying, I'm sad today because I look fat. Do you get what I mean?
The boss
I'm not
spoke to
saying
me.
you would have said that, Wiley.
No, I'm
But
laughing
I'm
because
just-
we're gonna, when we get into the meat of the topic,
I was about to say,
we're gonna
that's-
get into that.
That's more of a generational thing.
No, culturally.
Yeah,
Because I know
culturally.
Wiley's probably got a cousin
Culturally.
now, half your age, that still won't say it. So I'm turning around and saying,
Exhibit A.
Wiley don't say it. So, you know what I mean?
Ever.
Wiley stopped his
At
toe
all.
at the lift. He still ain't crying.
Somebody tried to rob the whole business. He comes home like nothing.
So the
5 seconds.
point I'm trying to make is I think it's a bigger topic than just
Well,
a roundup.
One thing, I agree with him, sorry.
So I think it's a bigger topic than just a roundup. However, I definitely think from my experience with women that they like the idea of exploring emotions to be able to try and work out how you tick or why you tick or why we act a certain way. And they feel like following through this I should say some of them, because I don't want to tongue myself. So some of them think that if they find out the real issue, they can help get to a solution. And for me, just leave me alone
You don't want help.
for 20 minutes.
I do, yeah.
And you know what? Whatever's going on in my world will suppress, because all I needed to do was actually just take a poo. But I didn't realize that was the issue I was going through at that moment in time.
I will come and address that
Ross,
in the
Okay,
in
make
the
a note.
value part.
Has anyone seen Sinners?